Hello, Albert, Abraham,
Hello.
Bruno, Michael. 4 dudes in a row. How about a fifth?
I like all men.
One more. Whoa, one more dude. Come on, one more dude. No? Okay, 4 dudes. We're just gonna have 4 dudes in here. It's all right. 4 of my favorite dudes. Tiffany. She broke the streak. That's okay.
All right.
That's okay.
Just happy to have you.
Happy to have you. Hello, Tiffany. Hello,
Filming
Chris.
on Sunday night instead of Monday night.
Yeah.
Because
Sarah,
I have to go
Megan.
to my mother's church tomorrow night for tablescapes.
I don't know what that is.
So they decorate the tables really pretty, and all the women sit around and they're going to give testimonies.
Testimony.
And so I'm going with her to that. May do one
Hello, Vicky.
after I get back because we've got to do
Hey, guys.
some in advance of our spring breaks and stuff coming up.
Vicky, someday I will tell the hey guys story, but
Have you ever told it
I
before?
don't think I've ever told the hey guys story. All right, guys, we're gonna get started in 2 seconds. Just preparing for the
huge
preparing for the podcast. Kelly, did you wash your tan off?
I did.
Crystal wants to know.
I did.
Hello,
I waited
Tiffany.
4 hours and 15 minutes. So 4 hours and 15 minutes. Hopefully that's the right amount of time because I have not washed it off before and got ridiculously brown. Not ridiculously brown. I shouldn't say that because it continues to cook until about 8 hours. I think that's the shut off. But I think if I was staying tan every day in the summer, like consistent, that it wouldn't be so shocking as from going to very pale to that dark. But I think I look kind of natural. I haven't any makeup on right now, but I did wash. So I think it's a healthy tan. I just hope it doesn't come off on the white jeans tomorrow.
That would not be good. Restaurants in Austin? Well, I highly suggest Lambert's. That's one of my favorite restaurants that's downtown.
When I went many years ago, I went to Moonshine. That was fun. That's the guy that was the bachelor that didn't pick anybody and then went back and picked Emily Maynard, and then their relationship fell apart. But they have different flavored moonshines, and it was really good. I remember, if that's still there, I think it is. I think it is.
Beats me. All right, Evans.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You know something?
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Betty, you're a good lay. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Betty, you're a good lay. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Betty, you're a good lay.
Is that Portuguese?
I think it's Yugoslavian.
I don't know.
You're a good lay.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans. This is my husband, the very enthusiastic Alan Evans.
Hello, Alan. Hey, Train in the house.
Not much different than last week.
You should compare. Go back and
I
listen.
have been.
See, this is something people should do: is go back and re-listen to other episodes.
So where's the ending point, though?
What do you mean?
When are you going to finally max out?
Oh, I can't max out. I could keep cranking it up all the way until I'm basically screaming at the
All
listener.
right. Well, we all wait to see how far you can go. But
yes,
we're all very thankful that you're back to join us for another episode of the podcast. We've had a very busy few days since the last podcast. Lots of, a lot of activity in my life with the changes at work.
Yeah.
Charity celebrations,
A lot of fundraising.
Overindulgence, recovery.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Lots of stuff going on to get to.
Oh
my gosh.
We overindulged so much, I forgot to put that on the list of things to talk about.
Yeah, we've had quite a few days.
I was telling somebody at the Kids fundraiser, which we're going to talk about. I said, man, I'm not having much to drink tonight. I'm still hungover from last night. She said, what did you do? And I said, well, our financial guy took Kelly and I out for drinks, and she goes, oh boy, I bet that was a lot of fun. I'm like, no. Let me tell you.
They're great.
No, let me tell you, this guy, we didn't talk any fun yet.
No.
I mean, I had constantly had a Manhattan in my hand.
I constantly had a jalapeno martini.
Martini, yeah. We were hurting on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Because we went with him Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had a lot going on. Let's see. So the last podcast was Thursday. So Friday, I do the Kid Craddock morning show, nationally syndicated. Let me pick up that dime.
Mm-hmm.
I say it before Alan does.
Mm-hmm.
But Jenna Owens, who's been part of the show for how many years did she say?
That's before my time.
Ooh, I can't remember. I think
Long time, right?
8 to 9 years. Anyway, she launched another business called Fitish, and she's been spending so much time with that, and it's really requiring more and more of her attention. So she left our company. Now, not she's not completely gone. She's still going to come back and do a podcast with JC. She's going to still, do little special features on our show. But on Friday was her last show, which was kind of bumped up. We thought it was going to actually be another week or so before we go on spring break. But for whatever reason, I guess she has some things coming up this week. They bumped it up to this past week. So, we did the big goodbye show, and that was just, there was a lot of emotions going into that. We did, our favorite moments with Jenna, and she said goodbye, and it was really nice. And then there was a goodbye luncheon for her, and I've gotten some grief because there were pictures taken where I was not there.
You can't not appear in a picture.
I know.
What's the matter with you?
People want to create all this drama.
What's the matter with you, babe?
Two women can't work together without there being drama. But
what,
really,
you can't be two places at one time?
I couldn't. So I had already committed to go to the American Heart Association luncheon with my mother, Go Red for Women. And it was important for me to go this year. First of all, I was invited by Brad Pritchett, who works for the Heart Association. He's a wonderful man. I've been 3 years in a row now. And heart disease, the number one killer of women.
Number one killer of people.
Of women too, though. But I like to go.
Women are people.
Women are people. So, yeah.
And people are people.
So why can't it be that you and I should get along? So something awfully. Anyway, my mother also had that heart scare earlier this year. Everything's great, but I wanted to go with her. Well, they told us on Tuesday that Jenna's goodbye lunch was going to be on Friday. And the American Heart Association luncheon was from 11 to 1:30. And Jenna's lunch was from 12 to 2. So I told my host at the table, I said, please forgive me. I'm going to have to leave about 1 o'clock because I'm going to have to go to this, to the other party. So they were very gracious about that and understood. So I was there for like the last 30 minutes of Jenna's party, but the majority of people had left at that point. So I didn't get in a group picture.
A lot of people wouldn't do that. They wouldn't have left the event they were at like you were and gone to another event.
And I like to say things don't hurt my feelings, but sometimes they do. And I've got a pretty thick skin, but I just don't like the fact that people are creating drama where there isn't any. So anyway,
Well, I've said it all along. People see pictures on Instagram and they think they got it all figured out.
Right. You see happy family pictures on Instagram and behind the scenes, they're filing for divorce. You just don't know. Now, I'll be honest, Jenna and I aren't like best friends outside of work. We don't run in the same circles. We don't go out. We're not that tight. We're work friends.
Well, you're not best friends with JC. You're not best friends with Al.
I go out and do things, but I have a circle of friends. We all have circles of friends, and that's okay. It doesn't mean we're enemies. And it doesn't mean I don't wish her well. And it doesn't mean, I want her to succeed. As I told her, on Friday, I said the biggest compliment she can give to our show is to go out there and succeed, right? So anyway, I felt it bothered me. And then when I did put up, some pictures of, to say goodbye to Jenna, then it was like, oh, you're just trying to, you can't win. You can't win for losing. So anyway,
and I don't
know why I felt like I even had to say anything. But
I said, why are you listening to those bozos?
It hurts my feelings sometimes. But I know, I guess I should just be okay with, I know my spirit.
Yes,
and I know
absolutely.
So there's that.
There was nothing you could have done about that.
But I tell you, I did
have a prior commitment.
I did have a half a mambo taxi at Jenna's goodbye party, goodbye luncheon, and I came home and I said, Alan, I've got to lie down.
And
have a margarita.
And then we went to go see our friend Dan and his lovely wife, Eve.
Yeah, and we went to the most beautiful country club.
Oh.
I've lived in Dallas for going on 26 years and a couple more months, and I've never been in the Dallas Country Club. They insist I was there. Well, I had never been. How is that a dime? I'd never been.
You issued the name of said country club.
Well, how is that a dime?
It could have just been
Taj Mahal.
It could have just been a country club.
Just because, it's a nice one. It's a big one.
Very nice.
And apparently I have been there, somebody says for a fundraiser many years ago, but maybe I was in a different wing because I swear to you, I've never set foot in where we were today, last Friday night.
I mean, we were they had
It was so nice.
They had a casual restaurant, but then we were in the main dining room. And it was a place where you kind of needed to wear a jacket, one of those kind of places.
Well,
and we were bringing down the average age.
Yeah, it's old school.
Old
money. So it was really kind of cool. And
very bougie.
Very bougie. And George W. Bush, when the former president.
There's no saying in Texas. Tennessee too. Fool me once. But the point is I won't get fooled.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the abbreviated version of that.
Right.
But anyway, he started painting after he left office, after he left the White House, and his paintings are all throughout the country club. It's just that old school bartenders there that everybody knows their name. It was just really cool experience. I was really glad that he invited us to do that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I mean, Dan likes to keep your drink full.
Well, he was entertaining us, right? Because we were the clients.
We were the clients.
So anyway, I've kind of started shying away from dirty martinis because I've noticed my ankles have been swelling. And when my ankles swell, they look like, I hate to say it, they look like old lady ankles. And I don't
know what that means. What do old ladies' ankles look like?
They become cankles.
Where your never heard such a term.
Well, you've never heard cankles?
Yeah, I've heard that, but it's not very nice.
But it's
to describe every old lady having.
Not every old lady has cankles, but a lot of them do.
Like a lot of them do?
Your muscle tone starts to change when you get, I don't know why I'm saying offensive. I'm sorry if anybody's listening that has cankles. I personally don't want them. And I'm sure if you have them, you don't want them either. So anyway, I looked down at my ankles.
I certainly don't have cankles.
And they kind of disappear because, cankles. I was like, well, wow, I'm drinking too much sodium. And I do love a martini. So I've started drinking jalapeno martinis. And those are really good. So I hadn't one too many of those. So Alan and I came home.
You did?
Oh, man. We woke up the next morning.
We were hurting.
I made Alan some eggs and leftover steak.
I had the best steak I've ever had. I was telling Kelly, I mean, I'm a steak snob. Yeah. And that was a great steak they had at that place.
Well, I hope you liked it.
Dallas Country Club.
I sliced it in little bite-sized medallions, and I heated it for him, and I made me some eggs. And I was like, if I don't go lay down right now, I'm going to be sick.
And then she immediately went back to bed into the master suite, passed out. And then I went on the couch, passed out, and we both laid around.
We slept away Saturday.
What, about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, we slept away Saturday. Because then we had to get ready for the high desert, boho, elevated cowboy chic party.
Yeah, we did. And even before that, I had a fun experience at Boot Barn.
Oh, you went, when did you go there?
Well, that was, you remember I dropped my hat off the day before the kids.
So this was Friday that you went there.
I dropped it off and then I went back to pick it up. But yeah, I went into this place. It's called, hashtag not an ad. It's called Boot Barn and it's in Frisco. And I don't know if you listened to the last couple of podcasts or seen my social media, but I borrowed my brother-in-law JD's Resistol cowboy hat.
And if you don't know hats, Resistol
is a nice hat.
It's on the level of, I'd say, Stetson.
I mean, it's made in the land of Gar, USA, right down the road. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's American, Texas made, and a very nice hat. Well, JD loaned me this hat because I don't have a hat to wear to this event. Well, he had kept it in some kind of box for the last 10, 12 years.
You didn't store it properly.
And it looked like a taco. It was all rolled up and it had all these dimples on the top of it. So I took it into Boot Barn and went in there and met the manager, Sean. And Sean looked at it and he says, man, I'm going to need this thing 24 hours. This thing is messed up. And I said, okay, no problem. I'll come back and pick it up tomorrow. So I come back and
while you were there, you tried on some Lucchese boots.
Oh, yeah. I saw some boots.
And your wife was right.
What? You were right, what?
That you needed to try them on because you are not an 11 and a half in Lucchese.
Well, I'm usually a 12. But in Lucchese boots and also in Converse Chuck Taylors, which run big. I'm an 11.
There you go.
Boots run big, I guess. Lucchese's run
Not
big.
always, but yeah, they can.
Yeah. So I'm an 11 in Lucchese boots. And yeah, so I saw a pair of crocodile boots. It was pretty nice. But anyhow, I passed on those, was just kind of looking around. But then I go back the next day to get the hat shaped. to pick up the hat from being shaped, and he had done a fabulous job. I mean, unbelievable the amount of work he had to put into this thing. But it looked like
It looked good.
a cowboy hat, right?
It did.
And I posted a bunch of pictures from the Kids event on my Instagram at the Alonzo.
Yeah, for as much griping and bitching and moaning
There's no griping and bitching and moaning.
Leading up to it, you finally bought in, embraced the style, and you rocked it out.
But
I thought
here's the deal.
You looked really handsome.
Thank you, Beth.
I love that look on you, and I'm thinking you found a new style.
Well,
I loved it.
Here's the deal. If somebody would just say, we're having a fundraiser, it's Western, then everybody would kind of be like, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm gonna throw my boots on. I'm gonna throw my hat on. I got a denim shirt. Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
Roll to the fundraiser. But when someone says, okay, it's Marfa boho, high desert style, elevated chic, Albuquerque, rustic, boho fusion. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
We are very well informed that you were confused.
Yes.
You've made that very clear.
As were all the dudes, because I go rolling up into the fundraiser, and who's the only a-hole with a hat on? Walter Allen Evans.
Yeah, there were other hats.
Well, it took a while, but JC comes rolling up, and he's giving me the bit that I look like Indiana Jones.
He was wrong. It was not an Indiana Jones.
I didn't have a fedora on. I had a freaking cowboy hat.
He was trying to be funny and failed.
Oh.
His joke was off point.
Well, JC didn't even wear a hat. And then Al rolls in his typical, Justin Timberlake trilby.
Right.
I'm like, what are you guys doing?
We tried, though.
This is Marfa boho chic, high desert style, Western fusion shit.
And whoa. You're going to have a parental guidance rating on this.
That's what it was. I didn't know what it was.
Well, I borrowed a hat that was at work. We have like a costume closet left over from our Dish Nation TV days.
Dish Nation!
And so there was a hat up there, a Larry Mahan. And it looked good on me.
Yeah, it was a nice hat.
I got a lot of compliments on that. And everybody's like, keep it.
Yeah, keep that
I said,
thing.
well, I don't know if I'm allowed to just keep it.
You can.
I need to kind of check with somebody. I don't even know who it belongs to.
It was a little Zorro.
I liked it.
But you look great.
I look good in a hat.
Kelly looks great in hats.
I look good in hats.
Yeah, she looks really nice in hats.
Got that kind of face. It's sort of squarish. Square head. But certain hats don't look good on me. Bucket hats don't look good on me.
Yeah, your face dominates the hat.
Yeah, that's
you need a substantial hat.
I need a substantial hat. The bigger the hat, the better for my big face.
But one thing I learned over at Boot Barn was there are all these different ways to shape a cowboy hat.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that? Well, you knew that because you used to shape cowboy hats.
Yeah, but I didn't know there were names for it. I didn't know they had names.
Well, I was a little confused about how to shape my hat, so I did a poll on Instagram. I did a battle of the cowboy hats. Mm-hmm. And it was, what did I do? It was like...
You did John Travolta.
It was John Travolta, the Urban Cowboy, Hoss Cartwright,
Clint Eastwood,
Bret Michaels, John Wayne. Well, freaking John Travolta, Urban Cowboy, ends up winning the contest. Yeah. So I'm looking at what kind of hat that is, and it was kind of a Cattleman Crease, Cool Hand Luke mashup.
See, I don't even know.
Yeah. So
I just know when a person would come in and say, I want it to dip really low in the front, roll at the sides. I would just do what they said,
Yeah. Well, the guy at the Boot Barn, he was funny. I said, I was kind of thinking when I first was looking, I wanted it like Clint Eastwood in some of his movies, where it's just like a dome on the top and then it's just flat,
That's very Marfa.
Yes.
That's like what the girls wear in Marfa.
Well, he said, dude, that's like Amish.
Amish high Marfa chic.
Yeah. Amish, high desert,
Why not
chic.
just throw another adjective in there?
Oh, to confuse everybody even more. But anyhow,
let me tell you,
the event was great.
It ended up being beautiful, and we fit the part. We dressed the part. It was just a lovely, lovely event.
You want to leave them on the edge a little bit? Do a little bit.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that because it is a kids fundraiser, and a lot of kids were there. But speaking of kids, we have some, and it's really, I think, important to do a lot of bonding time with them, get them off those devices and some hands-on projects. And Alan's so good about that with the boys. And one of the things that you actually had a lot of fun with them was creating those KiwiCo crates.
Yeah.
Because KiwiCo, what it does is it's teaching kids about STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math They don't know about all that. They just know they're having a lot of fun and they're age appropriate. You order the age crate that works for your child. So, for instance, our son is ages 5 to 8. So they have the Kiwi Crate, which delivers young innovators all the materials and inspirations needed for fun hand-on projects that explore art, science, and engineering. And we also have an 11-year-old, and he is perfect for the Atlas Crate, which sparks kids' sense of adventure and curiosity, inspiring them to see themselves as citizens of the world. They have crates from toddlers, itty bitties, that's called the Panda Crate, ages 0 to 2, all the way up to the Eureka Crate, which is for ages 14 to 104. But the thing I love about the KiwiCo crates is every piece, every item, every stitch of material you're going to need for that project is in that crate. So you're not going to be like, dang it, I ran out of paper clips and have to go to the store. No, everything you need is in that crate. Plus, you get a magazine that kind of is featured on that crate's topic, so the kids are learning even more. The instructions are written specifically for children in mind, so the parent can be involved as little or as much as he wants to be. And that's been the beauty of KiwiCo crates. Now, what did y'all build? You did the pinball machine.
Pinball machine and the basketball catapult.
It's really great fun. And plus, with spring break coming up and you want to get the kids out from in front of the TV and off their phones, KiwiCo crates are really a great investment for some family vacation fun.
And KiwiCo is a convenient, affordable way to encourage your children to be anything they want to be. There's no commitment, so you can cancel anytime. And for our listeners, you can go to kiwico.com/sandwich to get your first month free on select crates. That's KiwiCo, KIWICO.com/sandwich. Every day counts when it comes to making a difference, so don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Again, go to kiwico.com/sandwich and get your first month free. That's KIWICO.com/sandwich.
There you go.
Love KiwiCo.
Yes, and speaking of kids, that's what the One Night in Marfa was all about. And how fun was that, seeing those kids modeling in the fashion
It was a lot
show.
of fun. Yeah, they looked very proud, very happy.
They were strutting their stuff, and we had some friends of kids like part-time Justin, Alicia, Jordan, Lacey. They were all strutting their stuff, and then professional models as well. That was fun.
It was fun. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. So
have you never really been to a fashion show before?
I can't recall ever being at one. So that must have been my first.
You have so many firsts with me.
I know.
It's such a beautiful thing.
It is. I know. First time I ever threw somebody off a jet ski was with you.
That was me.
Yeah. I know.
I just kind of fell off.
Do you remember how mad and how red your face was?
I was just over it.
And your hair was like just your bloody Q-tip hair as you were looking up at me from the cold water. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm like, yeah, you are. Come on, hop back on. Come on, we're gonna go. No, take me back. No,
you might be exaggerating.
Come on, hop back on here.
Just a tad.
Come with me. Open my.
Oh yes.
Come with me, please.
So it's just like
my dear,
Leo and
my dear. Come
Leonardo
with me.
DiCaprio, Kate Winslet. That's exactly what it was like.
Yes.
One of those moments.
I painted you in your nudeness.
I would love for you to try that sometime. That's a great bit.
I could draw you
from memory. I got the pose.
No, you'd have to pose
naked.
Yeah,
we'll do that. That'd be funny.
Really?
I would. I don't care. It's funny.
I could do a tattoo drawing of you in the nude, but you have to lay there in the buff for a couple hours. Yeah.
Just give me a just make sure I have lots of refreshments.
You're just so doing a bit right now. You would never. You'd never do that in a million years.
To lay there and let you just stare at my nude body for 2 hours.
No, I wouldn't be staring at anything.
You have to stare to get just.
I would be looking at the lines. That's all I would be looking at. Is the line.
How big are those lines?
Oh.
So anyway, back to kids,
yes.
Which is a terrible transition from naked painting to kids. But they asked me if I would, they want to raise money, and so they want us to auction off something. So I was like, oh my gosh, well, we'll do dinner with Alan and me at one of our favorite restaurants at Albertay's. And so when I got there, I was like, man, there's a chance that this won't raise a lot of money, and I don't want to be embarrassed. So I went up to JC and Kenzie.
Okay, well, more on that here. more on that here. Well, here, I'll just butt in. Right before you're going to get to the part that you're about to talk about, our bidding for just me and you was already up to $500, $600.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Breakfast with the entire Kid Credit morning show only went for $100.
I know.
Just so you know.
That was
okay.
That was a mistake.
That's all I'm saying.
But that was a mistake.
That's all I'm saying. How was that a mistake?
Because I think something went wrong with that.
Everybody saw the big picture of you guys.
That's insulting to me.
Well,
it's embarrassing.
I don't know what to tell you.
Why are you trying to embarrass me?
You throw me in the mix and hey, you start raising some money.
Why would you embarrass me like that?
I'm not. I'm just doing it.
Embarrassing.
I'm sorry. I'm just doing a bit.
Anyway,
I was just saying that.
So I told JC and Kenzie, I said, look, there's a chance that, if the bidding starts stalling out, like it doesn't get a lot of money, when it starts slowing, when they're like, okay, going once, going twice, I said, it'd be really fun, I think, if you say, hey, what if, Kenzie and I want to get in on this and we're going to go to lunch or dinner with you too. And I said, that would probably get the money up. And he's like, okay, great.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll do that.
So I said, when it's getting close and they're like going once, you say, wait, come up. Got it, Kelly. So then I run into Big Al and I say, hey, Big Al, this is what we're going to do.
My man.
I said, look, if the bidding starts stalling out after, with me and Alan, when it starts slowing down, JC and Kenzie are going to jump up and say, hey, we want to be part of this. And then hopefully the bidding will pick back up. And then when it starts slowing down again, everybody loves partying with Big Al. Big Al's a lot of fun. You jump up and say, hey, I'm going to go too. No problem, Kelly. Got it. So here we are standing up there. Finally, it's our turn for the live bidding. And Al and I are standing there. And we're like, oh my gosh, here comes the money.
In our Marfa uniforms.
In our Marfa cute little costumes. And the bidding gets up to
$600.
And I'm like,
it started to stall out.
That's not good enough for a live auction. That's not good enough. And
they had a real auctioneer.
And he's saying, all right, he's getting it down.
500, 600, do I see 550? Do I see 575? And you're over here.
Yeah, doing that.
Did you see he had a hype man too?
Yeah, they were out there they're watching people.
That dude was like, yeah, when someone would bid. Did you see him?
That's the part that gets people excited.
Yeah, it was getting me excited.
Except a lot of people weren't paying attention.
I'm getting excited right now.
They were off in the corners drinking. So
yeah,
JC and Kenzie are sitting front row, and he's about to say, 600 once, 600 twice. So I'm looking at JC and I'm saying,
dude,
come up here. And I'm like, it was supposed to be like this organic moment, not staged. So finally I had to say, JC, come up here.
Yes, and we're both waving at him to come up.
And he's like, what? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot.
So there goes that, but anyway, the bidding started getting back up, and then Big Al on his part comes up. So anyway, it got to be a little bit of a bidding war.
Got to be a whose was bigger between two ladies.
Yeah. And it finally ended up, a friend of mine actually was the one getting the price up. But when it got up to 2,000, she's like, I'm out.
Well, it got to 18.
It got to 1,800.
And she was like, well, I like those guys, but
yeah, but the other lady bid 2, didn't she?
Yeah.
So the other lady bid 2.
That's G's. 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000. And so then the auctioneer, what they always do, they said, are you willing to do 2 dinners if they get both of them at 2,000? I said, sure. And the 1,800 said, we're out.
We're good.
So that's fine. She made gracious, generous donations on the silent auction items and stuff. So, and buying a ticket to even go. So it was really fun.
And to pull the kimono back a little bit. I mean, she's our friend.
She's our friend. Well, the lady that won was Kenzie's friend.
Well, yeah. So we could do dinner.
Oh yeah,
anytime.
Yeah. But it's about the charity.
Right. I understand. But
and then we were doing heads or tails. If you've ever been to a charity event, it's where you.
Babe, you got ripped.
I did.
You got ripped.
I did. So we're doing heads or tails.
For $1,000.
You pay $25 to get in, and you win $1,000 to go shopping at the mall, Galleria Mall. And I've never won heads or tails. I'm always out like first or second round.
Because you got to win about 6 rounds? 6 or 7?
It went really quickly.
And the odds of that are not high.
No. So you do heads or tails, and every time you have to pick. Well, it got down to me and the final lady. And I told her, I said, you pick and I'll take the opposite. I said, what? Because I wanted to give her, I said, you pick and whatever because you don't have to pick 2 different things, but let's get this over with. So I let her pick. And of course, JC's up there saying, Kelly, if you win, you're going to donate it back, aren't you? And I said, no, I'm not. I've never won heads or tails before.
You put your $25 in there like everybody else. Right.
I want to win heads or tails.
Right.
I know it's going to look horrible if I win and I don't give it back, but I want it.
Why would it?
I paid $25.
You donated $25
and I'm going to get $975 to go shopping at the mall. Do you not know me?
Right.
Well, he does know me.
And if you watch the video, and it's on our Instagram stories, it may be gone by now, but if you watch the video, you can see JC flip the coin. He looks at it. He kind of smiles. He looks at you.
And I'm not watching.
But your back is turned to him. He goes over to the auctioneer, and then they announce that the other woman had won. Yeah.
We know.
And then he admitted to you that you had won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Just so that's we pull that from behind the kimono.
That's a real behind the kimono peek.
Just so everyone knows that Kelly actually won.
Now, would I have donated it back to her? We will never know.
We will never know because you didn't.
But I'm going to say I would not have. I might have. Peer pressure is an ugly thing. But yeah, I guess I could take satisfaction in the fact that I won.
You could pull a JC. Has he ever given one of those TVs back that he's won at the Christmas party?
No.
Okay. Remember that year he won the Apple Watch after winning the TV? Did he give that back?
Never.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to bring that up on the
Yes. You should.
I'm happy for the woman who won because she was, very generous kids contributor.
Yeah.
As am I. But it's okay.
What else happened at that event worth speaking?
Oh, we just, we hung out with a lot of people. We danced. We had a lot of friends there. It was really fun. But Alan and I had, hit it so hard the night before.
Oh.
We were good kids, and we went home and got to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah.
Because Sunday came, and I didn't want to wake up hungover. I had to go get a spray tan. Had to get all the clothes together because we're doing a big Emma Kelly and me photo shoot tomorrow.
I'm going to take some pictures.
I'm going to take some pictures of your wife
my
modeling.
My little Instamatic camera.
Yeah, and so hopefully that new stuff will be out on the website in about a week or 10 days.
Yeah. Well, I brought
Depending on how fast you can move, because you're going to be going on spring break.
I can move fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to move fast because, we're leaving for, when I say we, me and my boys and my mom and dad are leaving for spring break on March the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting serious now, guys. Like last podcast, I talked about how I was kind of panicking about the size of the RV. Well, it is what it is. That's the one we're taking. 25-foot RV, sleeps 5, 6-gallon water heater, 40 gallons of fresh water for showering and such, 40-gallon gray water tank. That's where all your yucky stuff goes. And then I've got to get trained up on how to do what do they call it?
Pipe.
The poop pipe or the
I don't know what they call it.
The shit slinky or something like that.
The poop pipe was much nicer.
Anyhow.
That's 2 S-bombs.
Yeah, 2 S-bombs in one podcast. So anyway, some of our listeners have been so freaking helpful to me on this thing. And there's one.
Are they loving my idea about staying in a hotel room for your parents?
Well, here, can I just read a letter and then we'll do that and then we'll finish off, bring it home for Jerome with the rest of the RV stuff. This is from a listener. Her name is Aubrianne Vuelman. I'm sorry, Aubrianne, Veuleman. But she listened to our
Vuelman.
She listened to our last episode. She says, "Hi, Alan. My husband and I have an R-Pod 179 23-foot camper. And we've traveled in relatively extensively by ourselves with our 2 kids and a dog. I just listened to the podcast about the spring break RV trip, and there is no way I can move forward with my day without telling you the following."
Oh, I love that she's relieving herself. Good.
She says, "Get the app All Stays." I did that. I immediately did that. She says, "It shows you every campground on the map, plus places that are camper friendly." And I didn't know this, like Walmarts and Cracker Barrels, where you can stop for free. Weird, but appreciated by us a couple of times when in a pinch. Had no idea.
Well, they're probably hoping while you're there, you'll
go
go
in and buy
inside
some
and shop
supplies,
or go inside and eat. Yeah.
She says, "For showers and pooping, you will want to stay at a campground every night, and they are well-kept restrooms and shower areas. You can see the reviews on All Stays app before you commit. The nicer campgrounds sometimes require reservations, so it's good to try and not be too spontaneous. State parks are our favorites, but KOAs are usually a safe bet and have pools and game areas that your boys and parents would like. Stay away from the private campgrounds, away from nature areas, as these tend to be much more like trailer park stereotypes and will prove Kelly right that this is a bad idea." She says, "We rarely shower or poop in our camper."
Yeah.
Okay. Logistics. Driving hours in an RV are different than driving hours in a car or truck.
It's a lot slower, isn't it?
She says, plan on it taking 33% longer than what you're used to. I don't have a good reason why. It's just something that we found to be true. Also, plan on being at your campsite well before dark to have 1 to 2 hours to set up, hook up water, hook up sewage, and make sure you hook up your water hose and let the water run through the RV pipes before you turn on the hot water heater. A running hot water heater without any water in it will cause a fire.
Oh, my.
And she said this is the only huge mistake that you could make. Well, I don't know about that. You could also drive off a cliff. She says, in the camping culture, it is considered rude to set up camp after dark with bright lights infringing on everyone else's sights, which is another reason for planning. She says, I don't know what RV you have, but any bed that is composed of multiple cushions from a table or couch is going to suck.
Yeah.
And you should consider bringing appropriately sized air mattresses for beds. And then she says, I hope y'all have a good trip. And oh, lastly, your mom is right. Bring gloves. And when you are at the dump station, don't let people waiting behind you make you feel rushed or hurried. Take your time and no mistakes with the stinky slinky.
Oh, my God.
Best, Aubrianne Vielman. I'm sorry, Aubrianne. I can't pronounce your last name. But that was a very nice letter. Thank you so much.
Very helpful information.
Very helpful information. So why don't we do that, and then I'll tell everybody where we're going on the trip, because I've got this.
You got it all mapped out?
I got a straw man plan mapped out.
Have you talked to your parents about this staying at the KOAs or the hotels?
I've been in communication with my dad. Not sure how my mom's going to be with all this.
I'm saying if you throw in the hotel stay, she's completely on board. I just think.
But what am I going to do? What am I going to park the RV in the hotel parking lot? And
can you not
fire up the generator all night? I can't do that. No, I got to hook it up to power, and I need water, and I need sewage and all that stuff. I got to find an RV campground, babe.
Oh Lord!
I'm going camping. We're going camping. We're not going to a hotel.
I need to go online and look up videos of KOA bathrooms.
They're nice.
Might be pervy.
What I hear.
I don't want to see. I just want to see. That I think it's helpful when people do like TripAdvisor. They have. You can go to a hotel's website and look at their beautiful pictures, their staged pictures. But then you see the travelers' photos, and they show you the real, true nitty gritty. And I'm appreciative of that because that's caused me not to book a couple of places. So I wonder if they do that for the campsites too, where you can see the shower facilities.
Well, there's pictures all over the app. They show that.
Like the travelers photos.
Yeah, they show travelers photos of people that have taken pictures of the KOAs.
That's what I'd want to see.
Hey, I'll do that before going to a freaking truck stop. That's what my dad wanted to do. Well, we could stop at a truck stop. I'm like, whoa.
But see, a lot of truck stops are at gas stations and stuff. And so they're nice facilities that are well kept, right?
I don't know.
With showers and everything.
Hey, I got nothing against truckers. Trust me. I like my groceries and I like, stuff that comes to Walmart and all that. But just something about going to a truck stop.
What? Is this
insane? I don't know. A little bit.
There's all those
long haul truckers, all that alone time they have on the open road. All that pent-up frustration.
That's what I'm going to do one day. Remember Robert and I, my producer from.
Why is it always Rob? This is another thing that drives me crazy when I hear this on the radio. Like, oh yeah, when Kelly retires, her and Robert are going to go in an RV. I'm like,
we're going long haul truck.
I'm like, seriously, what the hell am I? Chopped liver? I guess I'll take my RV by myself, or I'll find somebody to go with me. I guess.
We're going to be long haul truckers.
Well, you guys go be long haul truckers. I will go and find somebody to go on an RV.
I didn't know you felt so strongly about it.
You and Robert to go do your own thing. You guys
He's going to drive, and I'm going to talk and keep him awake.
That's fine. I think
that's the plan.
Hey, I think you're trying to replace me with Robert. You guys already got your own podcast now. Now you're talking about going on a long haul RV or.
That's my future.
I guess.
Oh, honey, are you
Stop
serious?
talking.
You're not serious.
I guess Roberto is your ride and die.
Ride or die.
Yeah, ride or die.
You're my ride or die.
Oh, okay.
I'm your ride or die. We just said that tonight.
That's right.
All right, look, don't you wish you were at the post office right now? I'm going to say the answer to that is no. Now, I'll be honest. I love going to the post office. I don't know what it is about the experience. I love it, but it's not always really convenient, especially if you run a small business, because shutting the office and whatever, taking your time to go to the post office, That's a lot of time, and time is money. You've got more important things to do. That's why you need stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Because anything you can do at the post office, you can do with stamps.com with on-demand postage. So you skip the trip to the post office. You save money with discounts you can't even get at the post office. Stamps.com, you got a computer, you got a printer, you can mail any letter, any package, print any official U.S. postage 24/7. Any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it in the world. And once your mail is ready, you just hand it to your mail carrier. You drop it in a mailbox. It's that easy. And with stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first class stamp. You'll save up to 40% on shipping rates. Not to mention it's a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters. And there's no equipment to lease. So you've got no long-term commitments. And nobody likes a long-term commitment unless it's in marriage, right, babe?
That's right, babe. And right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a digital scale without any long-term commitments. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in sandwich. That's stamps.com, enter sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Love stamps.com.
I love that. And I love a good sandwich. What's your favorite sandwich?
BLT.
Really?
Yep.
My favorite, if I had to pick one, is probably a really ripe red tomato on white bread with Duke's mayonnaise and salt and pepper.
What's wrong with Hellman's?
No.
What's wrong with Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, I'm out on that. Yeah, I'm out on that.
What is Miracle Whip?
I don't know. I have no idea. But okay, listen to Kelly. The same person going, what is Miracle Whip? You'll buy that cheese out of that compressed air can.
Yeah.
What is that?
I buy it to give the dog his
pills. That ain't cheese.
But I use it to give the dog his pills, honey. That's why I buy it. But that just reminded me. Last night we're at the kids fundraiser, and there is a big charcuterie. I mean, it's
like
size,
table size.
It's like they took like a 6 or 8 foot table, and they just made the entire tabletop of charcuterie,
covered with stuff.
And Alan and I we hit that charcuterie a little late in the evening.
It was picked over.
It had been picked over by that point. But there was like one of these elevated wooden trays, and on it was a honeycomb that somebody had already been eating. There was a little knife spreader, and there was a block of kind of creamy, off-white, yellowish kind of soft cheese.
It looked to me like a brie.
Or so we thought. So there's a cracker that I cut it off, and I put a big blob of this. I mean, I would say a good hunk. Would you say a tablespoon? Is that being not even generous enough?
Well,
it was a big wedge.
Well, here's the deal. When you go in,
I go large.
I mean, if it's queso, if it's cheese, if it's any kind of dip, you're going in like with the big scoop.
I love cheese.
Oh, yes.
I put that in my mouth, and I tasted it for a second. You know when your brain is expecting it to be cheese because that's what you thought you put in your mouth? It was a big blob of butter.
Ugh. Ugh.
I ate
Ugh.
like a heaping tablespoon.
That just makes me dry heave.
Of butter.
Ugh.
Oh. Now, I love butter.
I do too.
I love butter.
On
I love
bread.
Popcorn.
On spaghetti.
I love butter toast.
Yeah.
Butter noodles. Imagine
eating a big hunk of butter.
Room temperature, softened butter.
But you didn't spit it out. You just fought through it.
Because what I was doing, I'm like, because you're already chewing it like, oh my God, it's butter.
So you just fought through it, huh?
I fought through it.
Did you wake up this morning and your forehead was like oily?
Alan, that explains the two. We got a photo shoot tomorrow, and I wake up this morning and I'm like, you can feel it as soon as you wake up. This huge pimple on my cheek.
You got Mount Vesuvius.
That's from that butter
on your face. You need to blow that thing up.
Oh my gosh.
Have you used my tool?
I did, but then
you really?
I popped it, but then it filled back up.
Did you disinfect that tool before you used it?
I'll be honest, I don't always.
Oh, babe.
But I did.
Babe.
That one was. I disinfected it last time I used it.
Because
I'm disinfecting it. You don't use mine.
No. I have my own.
Okay, I have my own.
Oh.
I
bought you a set.
I know.
Right? Okay.
I'll take like a alcohol cotton pad and wipe it off.
Oh.
Is that disinfecting?
Either that or lighten it with a match.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah. Because I use mine on the daily.
How greasy and
Well,
pimply are you?
there's always something to blow somewhere
Oh gosh.
on my back or on my nose or.
Oh, dude, you're not sounding very attractive right now. I would stop.
Well, I'm not trying to. Okay.
Anyway, but how sexy is your butter-eating wife with a pimple on her cheek? That's not very sexy.
With the
either.
Zorro hat on.
That was pretty cute in that hat, though. You have to be honest about that.
You were. Your hat was very nice.
Thank you. You were. I mean, I told you he borrowed this outfit from his brother-in-law.
No, wait a
You need to keep
second.
that.
I borrowed the hat and the shirt.
I
Everything
know.
else was mine.
Well, keep it, because that shirt with those tight pants and those boots.
You like my skinny jeans, huh?
Alan started off the night tucking in his pants. I was like, no,
Yeah,
no.
that just wasn't
That
working.
wasn't
That wasn't working. That wasn't working. But maybe I'll start just wearing a cowboy hat around. Hey, one thing
It wasn't the hat as much as it was the shirt and those pants.
I kind of want to wear the hat though.
Well, you can wear the hat.
You know, it's almost. I learned there's 2 seasons with cowboy hats, and I'm going to sound like a total idiot, like I didn't know this because I've lived in Texas my whole life. There's felt season and there's straw season.
Well, yeah,
and
it kind of makes sense, right?
And straw season starts around Easter.
Right.
So maybe I'll get me a
it's
straw
like you're not
hat.
supposed to wear white, the old rule. You don't wear white shoes or white purses until Easter.
Maybe I'll get me a straw hat for this summer.
You've got one. You've got that ridiculous looking cheap one.
Yeah,
the cheap.
I got that at Sam Moon. I'm talking about a nice hat.
Get a Shady Brady.
You know what? What's that?
That's the one like Bret Michaels where it curves real.
It looks like a taco.
I like that.
See, I don't like that.
I like it on me.
Although Jose throws that down. His isn't so tacoed on the sides, but his is curved on the sides.
Bear.
Yeah, my buddy, who when I went rolling to his salon, excuse me, my memory is very, very bad. Who are you? Remember that?
I do.
Yeah. Okay, babe, here's our trip. Okay, you tell me if this sounds good. This is what me and my dad have hatched out. The total trip is going to be 1,351 miles.
Wow.
We're going to start in Plano. We're going to take I-20 through Abilene. We think we're going to stop in Abilene. That's not too far away, but we're going to leave really late on Monday. So we feel like we can go about 3 hours until it starts getting dark. We'll stop in Abilene at a KOA.
Remember, you can't get there late after dark.
Well, we can. It's not approved.
It's rude.
It's rude. We're rude. But yeah, park at the KOA, stay there, and then it's another 5.5 hours down to Big Bend. So we'll go from Abilene through Midland, Odessa, down through Fort Stockton.
So you're not going to go through Lubbock?
No, we're going to hit Lubbock on the way back.
Oh, okay.
All the way down to Big Bend National Park. Now, here's where it gets kind of fuzzy. I haven't figured all this out yet. But how long do we stay at Big Bend National Park? I don't know. Is it a day? Is it 2 days? I'm not sure. But then from there, we're going to go up through Marfa. So I'm going to actually see the real Marfa.
Better take your hat and shirt.
Yeah, and I'm going to see the Prada and all the Marfa.
Take your picture in front of it.
I will. All the Marfa stuff. Then we're going to go up through Van Horn on the way to Carlsbad, New Mexico. And then we're going to stay in Carlsbad, show the boys the caverns. There's cool stuff to see there. And then coming back towards Dallas-Fort Worth, we're going to go through Lubbock because the boys wanted to see Tech. So I'm going to show them Tech in Lubbock. We may have to stay in Lubbock a night and then ball hammer from Lubbock back to Plano. That's the plan. So what I don't know is how long we're going to stay in Big Bend, how long we're going to stay in Carlsbad if we do it all, and then how long we're going to stay in Lubbock. But we've got 5 nights. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. And then I have to have the RV back, turn it back in on Saturday.
Oof, you're cutting it close.
Well,
what time do you get back home?
Lubbock to Dallas is only 5 hours, 5.5 hours.
Add 33%.
Yeah, it'll take us about 6 hours in that RV, probably. So if we can be back to Lubbock by early Saturday morning, we probably want to be driving home on Friday. Anyhow, that's the trip. And we think we're going to see all kinds of cool stuff. We've never been to the Big Bend area. It's supposed to be fantastic. My sister's given me all these things that you can see and do down there. There's stuff for the kids. There's dinosaur stuff. There's beautiful scenery. There's like little nature hikes. There's stuff the kids can do, like scavenger hunts. So there's some good stuff that the boys can do. And I'm now following Big Bend National Park on Instagram, and the pictures are unbelievable. They're so pretty. It looks in the pictures to be a really pretty part of Texas.
Well, your sister also said there's going to be parts of your trip where you're going to be off the grid.
Off the grid.
And I won't be able to get a hold of you, and you won't be able to get a hold of me.
No cell service.
What do you do in case of emergency? I mean, back in the old days, that's the way it was.
Make a smoke signal. I don't know. This is where people go. My sister was saying, this is where people go to disappear. When they want to disappear from the rest of the world, this is where they go. They go to the Big Bend.
Oh, gosh. I don't want to be that far off the grid. People say they want to be off the grid, but I need 911 on speed dial.
I think the closest town to Big Bend National Park, I might be mistaken, but I think it's Alpine, the closest kind of bigger city.
Well, I was trying to find a hotel for you to stay when y'all went to Big Bend. It was about 50 miles
Yeah,
away.
and I think it's about 50 miles. So, and she said one of her tips, or somebody else, I mean, anytime you can see a gas station, fill up. Fill it back up to the top.
Because you just never know.
You never know. And this thing holds 55
I'm getting
gallons.
nervous for you.
She goes, what are you going to do when you're in Big Bend National Park and you're driving through the mountains on this little tiny 2-lane road in this thing? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's only 25 feet long. I'm only going to have my mom and dad in there.
Are our affairs in order?
Yeah. I mean, if I croak, the will's in the safe.
Okay. Give me this combo.
I'll give you the combo and everything. Yeah. The will's in the safe. If I croak, hey, I'm worth more dead than I am alive. So, if I croak, you'll be all right.
Well, I've got my retirement plan, my long haul trucking career.
It's all going to be fine. Yeah. Bring that up again. Bring that up again.
Babe,
no, it's fine.
You can go with us.
No, I can go with you. Thank you. I'm going to take this up with Robert. Me and Robert are going to have words.
I'm sure.
This may come to blows.
I'm sure. I wonder who's going to cave first.
Stop talking. All right, babe. Good stuff.
It is good stuff. Hey, listen, real quick before we go, because we've been babbling a little bit too much, but podcast family vacation. We sold any more since the 20 rooms? We hit 20.
I can't remember. No, I think we're at 20.
We're at 20, but if you'd like to go, I know we were saying
that's 40 people, guys.
That's 40 people, but is the deadline really March 1st?
Yeah.
So it's too late for anybody to go now?
Oh, like the deadline? Well, no. I mean, we were asking for deposits by March 1st.
But you can still go.
You can still go.
Even if you were like, oh my gosh, I missed the March 1st deposit deadline.
No, you can still go. But you got to start moving quick because we're either going to run out of rooms or the price is going to go up or something bad.
Yeah, we had to get a certain amount by March 1st in order to secure the group rate. That was the hurry for that. But if you, for some reason, didn't decide till now, we were talking to some people who went on last year's podcast family vacation. They're still trying to figure out a way if they can make it work because it's not cheap. I mean, it's a nice vacation. It's a really great deal, but it's a lot of money. And, we know everybody can't just do something like that every summer, but we'd love it if you could go with us. We have such a good time and we've developed some really great friendships and we'd like to add you to that, that special time. So if you're interested, go to kellyandallen.com/vacation. It's KELLIE and ALLEN.com/vacation. There's a form there you can fill out. I honestly don't think it's too late. I guess I should have asked Judy before I said that, but I'm sure you could still go. It's fine. Just tell them Kelly said it's okay.
Yeah. No, it'll be great.
And then be watching me on my social media. I'll tell you when the new stuff goes live on emmakellyandme.com.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty soon.
There's still a few things left, really hit and miss sizes. I mean, it's just down to just a few pieces here and there.
Good deals out there.
Good deals on sale if there's, anything you'd like to get while it's still on sale. Okay?
I'm looking forward to that vacation. We're going to make a lot of new friends because over half of the people coming are newbies.
I know, it's exciting.
So we got to indoctrinate them to all this buffoonery.
I know last year we had someone, it was a surprise 40th birthday. His wife told him they were going to Canada, and they ended up going on our trip. And he was like, I don't even listen to them. I don't even know them. And he ended up having a wonderful time. And I think are they coming back?
Which ones?
Audrey and
Audrey and Michael? I'm not sure if they're coming back or not. I hope they are. I think they are. I hope so.
And we had a honeymooning couple. Remember they took their honeymoon with us?
That was Melissa and Dave.
Yeah. So we had a lot, it's a lot of fun. And if you're single, hey, grab a girlfriend and come. We have a lot of single girls that go. We have a couple of single guys.
That influence is probably going to go.
Here he is. He's like, I don't need no March 1st deadline. I'll sign up when I'm ready.
That guy. He always signs up late, but he'll go. He'll be there. He'll be there doing
It wouldn't be the same without him.
He'll be there doing cannonballs and doing his toast to love and affection, and you know, he'll be doing all that.
If he doesn't go, I'm going to be really disappointed.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't. He'll be there.
All right.
We guarantee it.
Well, we want you to be there too. So go to kellyandallen.com/vacation.
There you go, babe.
All right, honey.
All right. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you too.
Love our listeners desperately.
Love you all.
I'm getting to where I love RVs desperately. They're just making me a little nervous.
And listen, guys, he spent all day today watching RV videos on YouTube.
Yes.
All day.
I gotta familiarize myself. I've never done this.
I've
never done this. I don't want to run the back end into something, or what if I hit an overpass like with the top of this thing?
What if?
Take off the whole top of it like Clark Griswold.
I think there's apps that are supposed to tell you which bridges to go under, right?
Gosh. All right. Well, I'll figure this out.
Very complicated.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon, though. If I don't drive my RV over a cliff.
We got another one in us before you leave.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.
Bye. Okie dokie, pokey.
Seeing no backup cameras in this model. It has the beeper. You know, it's got the beep, 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 but no cameras. This one's not that fancy. I was looking at them online today. Obviously, there's models that have it, but this one doesn't. Like the newer ones do. This one is supposed to be at least 5 years new. 5 years or newer. It'll only be as old as 5 years. Am I saying that right? Like, it won't be any older than 5 years.
Right.
Right.
So it's new enough.
Yeah. Oh, what am I trying to do here? That does look like a top of Tito's bottle, but that is
not.
Doggone it.
What's wrong,
I was
honey?
trying to get the dang thing out of there. I couldn't do it. I was fumbling and bumbling. Good grief. What are you doing here? I need to tell Zach that
Michael said he was expecting you to say it wasn't recording. I'm going to entertain them while you're texting.
Well, sorry, I
Michael.
have to do work for your company here.
Kelly was said, Alan. All the buffoons are in the house. Add Alan's rant about good old Roberto in the description.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you really mad about that?
No, I just don't understand when it comes up. You never say, well, Alan is actually the one who wanted to go on an RV trip. I was like, oh, you and Robert are going to be long haul
truckers.
That doesn't make any sense.
We decided that when we were on the Raspberry road trip.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Just ride around in an empty cab?
No, we're going to haul stuff in the big truck, and he's going to drive, and I'm going to keep him awake. That was our plan. But then I met you.
So here's the thing. So you're going to ride around in an 18-wheeler, like a Freightliner cab that doesn't have a shower, that doesn't have a kitchen.
We haven't gotten all the details worked out.
Hey, you do what you want. I'm going to be in my Newmar King Air coach. I'm going to park that thing.
With your next wife?
Yes. I'm going to park that thing in Newport Beach and just stay there for 3 months. When it cools off, in Texas, I'll come back here. Come back through Texas.
That's the plan.
Go down to Florida.
That's the plan?
Yep. That's my plan. That's my plan. Okay, guys. Here, hold on. What am I trying to do here? I'm going to Google Drive. Can you guys see me? This thing uploading for stop talking. Podcast 17. There it is. Yeah, wouldn't that have been a whip if it like if I didn't hit record? Okay, that's uploading. Oh, okay. Thanks, Gary. I'll check. My man. My man. Sin, why are you backing her up on this? This is a failed plan for her. This is not going to work. I mean, she's griping about being on an RV, but she'll ride around in a 18-wheeler cab. You're going to be miserable. Miserable.
But Robert's a pleasant traveling companion.
What do you mean? Am I not? You've always said I'm really good to travel with. Now I'm not good to travel
You put on your Beats by Dre and won't even talk to me. I don't even sit next to you on the plane anymore. Actually, I do. It's like I might as well be sitting by myself. I take the middle seat just so I can sit with you.
You know, you say that.
It's the truth.
You know, you say that, and then you know what you do the entire time? If
What?
I had my headphones on or not. You'd be over there trying to figure out that Sudoku.
I like Sudoku, but I also like talking to you.
No, you don't. You like
That is not
like
true.
doing Sudoku.
Because I was talking to you and you give me that face when you take your headphones off. Show everybody. Show everybody what you do. Where's your headphones?
I have to be in the moment. I can't.
Show everybody what you do.
I can't do it. I have to be in the moment.
Pretend.
I don't know
do
where
improv.
I don't know where my
Just
headphones
pretend
are.
you have headphones on. I'll be over here doing stuff and I'm like, something will cross my mind.
Oh, here's the actual headphones too.
Something will cross my mind that I'm like, Alan, wouldn't you like to maybe when we get to our destination, go to some spa, blah, blah, blah? Alan.
Yes, dear.
That's like it. Okay, that's the first time. Okay. Here comes second time. Alan.
Yes.
See the escalation?
It's not what I do. It's not what I do. I'm just doing. She wanted me to do that, so there you go. That's not what I do.
Okay, then show me what you really do.
Okay, here's what I really do. Yes, my sweet love bug. I'm sorry.
No, do the real.
I was
for real.
listening to my music.
Well,
and I couldn't hear you.
If you did do that, you'd say it real smart ass. Oh, we're doing it again.
What?
That's true. That's true about after the fourth time.
That's not what I do.
After about the fourth time.
I would never be that mean on an airplane. It's not what I do. All right, let me see if this is okay. Urco, sweet, clean, lacy. Tell your raspberry Evans. ASASL podcast file for 3-2. No, this is for 3-3.
This is going to be on March 2nd, 3rd. Yeah.
3-3-19 or 20. 3-3-20. The light is green. The trap is clean. There it goes. All right, guys. Done with that. Oh, man. Not true, Sin. I'm being misrepresented here. I'm being totally misrepresented. It's not what happens. Promise you. You're mocking it relentlessly.
Is that right?
Alan finally brought into the whole body of the whole high desert Marfa chic dress code. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it did. I know. We're already in March. Unreal. It was fun, Michael. It was a nice event. People were dancing and stuff. I mean, we left. Well, we didn't leave real early. We left about 10, 10:30, 10, 10:15, something like that.
What, I don't even know what we talked about in the RV
The
stuff.
RV trip.
I guess it didn't have to be a big long explanation.
No. If you're not feeling creative, you don't have to write a big one, but that is the carrot. That's one of the carrots that entices the listener, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you just mail in the description, they might be like, "Oh, okay."
But I mean, would they listen anyway without reading the description?
Well, this you might see this in a number of different places. You might see it on social media, and someone will be like, "Oh, wow, I've never heard this podcast before. Maybe I should check this out." Look at all the stuff they talk about. Whoa. How many people are members of the Mile High Club? Well, there's more than you think. Podcasts I listen to never read descriptions. Michael said he never reads descriptions.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. People generally speaking, they don't read, I mean, they just don't take the time to read stuff, but that would be more for a lot of times I use that stuff on social media. Sometimes. There you go. Michael said if he were new, he'd read the description so he could figure out which ones to listen to. I mean, he doesn't now because he knows the podcast, but all right, guys. Good stuff. Sunday night. So you got your Monday back. You don't have to be here for this, right? You can watch Bachelor.
We might. I have to go. Well, here's the thing. We've got to do. Babe, why do you not like us meeting to do the podcast?
I'm not. It's just.
We might have to do because Alan's going to be gone on an RV trip with the boys. And then when he gets back, I'm leaving for South Carolina for a week. So there's going to be a couple weeks there. We've got to figure out where we're going to do podcasts.
Yeah.
So we might have to, do a couple in a row sometime. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
We're not going to jip the listener. Thanks, Michael. Look at there. Brand new.
What's the listener's name that's in the tips? Alexandra? What's her name? Audriana?
It was Aubrianne. 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 Very helpful review, or very helpful. Michael's there. Yeah, Michael, check it out. Love it. Thanks, my man. El Tejano. Well, we're just signing off, El Tejano. You're not too late, but download and listen tomorrow for sure. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
We will see you soon. Bye. Thank you. We'll get you some hats sometime. Right, Michael? Things are going to be worth a lot of money someday. All right.
Oh, the hat on your head?
Oh, yeah.